felt like your mind is a broken record? Replaying a mistake, a clumsy word, or a what-if scenario over and over. This is overthinking. It's not problem solving. It's a mental hamster wheel. You run fast, sweat, and get exhausted, but you haven't moved an inch. Your brain thinks it's working, but it's just burning energy. Imagine your thoughts are ink and water. The more you stir, the darker it gets. Today, we start the journey to stop stirring and let the water clear. Why does our brain do this? And how can we step off the wheel? We spend hours scrolling, looking at perfect lives, flawless bodies, and constant success. But here is the trap. You are comparing your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. You see their best 1% and judge your 100% against it. This comparison is fuel for overthinking. Why not me? Why is my life boring? You compare your internal mess to their polished exterior. Remember, nobody posts their failures or lonely nights. The screen is a distorted mirror. It's time to stop viewing the world through someone else's filter. Why do we check our phones right after posting? It's the dopamine loop. Every like or comment triggers a tiny hit of pleasure in your brain. It's a digital drug. When the likes slow down, overthinking speeds up. Did I say something wrong? Am I not pretty enough? We've outsourced our self-esteem to pixels. Your value is being calculated by an algorithm. This need for approval turns your mind into a prison. You become a slave to the notification bell. What if you decided your worth isn't something that can be liked? FOMO, fear of missing out, is modern anxiety. It's the nagging feeling that everyone is having a better time than you. This fear keeps you tethered to your phone, scrolling late at night, afraid you'll miss a trend or a joke. But while watching others live, your life passes by. FOMO creates phantom anxiety, making you feel inadequate. The truth is, you are missing out, not on their lives, but on your own peace. True joy isn't in a feed, it's in being present right where you are. You hit share, and instead of relief, panic sets in. The overthinking begins. Was that caption stupid? Did I use the right emoji? Why only 5 likes in 10 minutes? This is post-posting anxiety. You refresh obsessively, waiting for validation. Your mood becomes dependent on audience reaction. You analyze every comment, looking for hidden criticism. This turns a fun sharing moment into a stressful performance review. We need to detach our self-worth from the publish button. Post it because you like it, then walk away. Why does one mean comment stick while 100 compliments fade? It's negativity bias. Ancient ancestors needed to remember threats like predators to survive. Today, your brain treats a negative comment like a digital predator. It scans your feed for social threats. A negative interaction sounds an alarm, causing hours of overthinking. You replay the insult, imagining defenses. Your brain isn't trying to hurt you, it's trying to protect you. But in the digital world, this instinct is a trap. We must consciously refocus on the positive, teaching our brain a dislike isn't fatal. Digital filters warped how we see ourselves. We see a perfected face online, no flaws. Then we look in a real mirror and feel disappointment. This gap between digital ideal and physical reality creates overthinking. You obsess over tiny flaws nobody else sees. This is toxic perfectionism. It tells you you're only worthy if you look filtered. We spend hours editing photos, anxious about judgment. But perfection is an illusion that kills self-acceptance. Your flaws make you unique. Stop chasing a pixelated dream and embrace your real, imperfect self. Social media forces thousands of tiny decisions daily. Click this, like that, comment what. This causes decision fatigue. By the time you need to make big life decisions, your brain is exhausted. An exhausted brain overthinks. You become paralyzed by simple choices because your mental energy was drained by mindless scrolling. You feel overwhelmed and stuck. To reclaim clarity, limit trivial online choices. Your brain has a limited daily battery. Don't waste it on an algorithm that doesn't care about you. Protect your focus, simplify your digital life, and watch overthinking fade. Scrolling feeds, you see people your age with luxury cars, traveling, achieving massive success. You look at your life and feel like a failure. What am I doing wrong? This is the wealth mirage. You see the destination, not the journey, debts or stress behind the screen. Overthinking your career based on someone else's curated posts is a recipe for depression. Success isn't a race, and social media isn't a scoreboard. Your path is unique, your timing is perfect for you. Stop measuring your progress with their ruler. When you stop watching their success, you find energy to build your own. Just 5 minutes turns into an hour. This is the infinite scroll. Platforms are designed with no bottom, no stopping cue. This constant information stream overloads your prefrontal cortex, the brain's focus center. When overloaded, your brain can't process, so it spins. Hello, overthinking. This leads to mental fatigue and anxiety. By the time you stop, your mind is buzzing with disconnected thoughts. You wanted to relax, but just exhausted your brain. You need to create a stop rule before the scroll swallows your entire day. We wear multitasking as a badge of honor. Answering emails, checking socials, talking simultaneously. But neuroscience says the brain cannot focus on two things at once. It rapidly switches. This switch burns glucose, exhausting you and lowering your IQ. It's like constantly stopping and starting a car engine. It eventually breaks down. Trying to do everything means doing nothing well. The antidote is monotasking. Do one thing, finish it, then move on. Your brain craves deep focus, not constant, draining distraction. In the digital world, your attention is the product. Social media companies aren't free. You pay with your time and focus. Their goal is to keep eyes on the screen to sell ads. They use sophisticated psychology to hijack your attention, triggering overthinking to keep you engaged. Every notification is a bait. When you realize your attention is a limited, valuable resource that is being mined for profit, you start begging to protect it. Don't let them monetize your mental peace. Take back control of where your eyes and mind go. How do apps become habits? They use the hook model. First, a trigger, a notification. Second, an action, you click. Third, a variable reward, a funny video, a like. The uncertainty of the reward keeps you coming back, like a slot machine. Finally, investment. You post, build a profile, making it harder to leave. This cycle automates your behavior. You open the app without thinking. Recognizing this loop is the first step to breaking it. Stop being a fish biting the same digital hook every day. Can't remember phone numbers or directions anymore? That's digital amnesia. We've outsourced memory to our devices. Why remember facts when Google knows them? This weakens the brain's hippocampus, responsible for memory consolidation. When we don't use our memory muscle, it atrophies. Furthermore, the constant influx of information prevents memories from moving from short-term to long-term storage. We are becoming information-rich but knowledge-poor. Relying too much on external brains makes our own brains lazy and forgetful. Challenge yourself to remember small things again. In a world shouting for attention, silence is revolutionary. We constantly plug in podcasts, music, feeds, to avoid being alone with our thoughts. We fear silence because it lets overthinking bubble up. But constant noise doesn't stop overthinking, it just buries it. True clarity comes from stillness. Silence gives your brain space to process, digest, and heal. It's where creativity and self-awareness live. Try sitting in silence for just 5 minutes today. No phone, no inputs. It might be uncomfortable, but it's essential medicine for a noisy mind. Scrolling in bed is a sleep killer. The blue light from screens tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime, suppressing melatonin, the sleep hormone. More importantly, the content, exciting, upsetting, or engaging, keeps your brain alert when it should be winding down. You lay there, body tired, but mind racing with tweets and posts. This leads to poor quality sleep, leaving you groggy and more prone to anxiety the next day. Your bed should be a sanctuary for rest, not a portal to the noisy internet. Banish the phone from the bedroom. Social media is flooded with idealized bodies, posed, lighted, and often edited. Constantly seeing these perfect forms warps your perception of reality. You start comparing your everyday body to someone's best angle. This triggers obsessive thoughts about flaws, leading to body dissatisfaction and even eating disorders. We forget that pores, rolls, and textures are normal. The digital world promotes an unattainable aesthetic. Remind yourself, you are viewing a curated gallery, not real life. Your body is an instrument for living, not just an ornament to be looked at. The anonymity of the internet brings out the worst in some. Cyberbullying and trolling are rampant. A nasty comment from a stranger can trigger intense rumination. Why did they say that? Do others think this? You reread it, internalizing the hate. Remember, trolls want a reaction. Their words are about their pain, not your worth. Don't feed them your energy. Block, delete, and disengage. Your mental space is precious real estate. Don't let abusive squatters live there rent-free. Protect your peace fiercely online. We have thousands of friends and followers, yet many feel lonelier than ever. This is the illusion of connection. Social media offers broad, shallow interactions, like a quick comment, but lacks the depth of real human connection. It mimics intimacy without the vulnerability. We trade face-to-face conversation for screen-to-screen broadcasting. You can be highly connected digitally, but emotionally isolated. Real connection requires presence, eye contact, and genuine empathy, things an algorithm cannot provide. Don't mistake digital proximity for true belonging. Ever spend infinite time picking a movie on Netflix or scrolling dating apps? This is the paradox of choice. Social media presents endless options for everything: lifestyles, products, partners. Logic says more choice is freedom, but too much choice leads to anxiety and paralysis. You overthink, is this the best option? Did I miss something better? The fear of making the wrong choice prevents you from enjoying any choice. Happiness often lies in limiting options and committing to one path, rather than endlessly browsing the infinite menu. You post your achievements, but inside you feel like a fraud. They only see the good stuff. If they knew the real me, they'd unfriend me. This is online imposter syndrome. The curated nature of social media deepens this feeling. You feel you must maintain a perfect persona, which is exhausting and anxiety-inducing. You dismiss your success as luck. Remember, everyone is curating. You are comparing your messy insides to their polished outsides. Your achievements are real, even if your life isn't perfect. You don't have to be flawless to be legitimate. Ever notice how much anger is online? It's not accidental. Anger is a high arousal emotion that drives engagement. Algorithms favor content that makes you mad because it makes you click, comment, and share. You get pulled into outrage loops, arguing with strangers, stewing in negativity. This constant low-grade fury is toxic to your mental health. It keeps your stress response activated. Recognize when you are being manipulated by outrage bait. Step back. Don't let an algorithm dictate your emotional state. Choose peace over engagement. Screens act as emotional buffers. It's easier to be cruel or indifferent when you can't see the pain in someone's eyes. This leads to an erosion of empathy. We treat people as profile pictures, not human beings with feelings. We scroll past tragedies with numb detachment. This desensitization affects how we treat people offline too. We become quicker to judge and slower to understand. To combat this, remember there is a real person behind every avatar. Practice digital kindness. Before you type, ask, would I say this to their face? Misinformation spreads 6 times faster than truth online. Fake news is designed to be shocking and confirm your biases, making you eager to share without verifying. This creates a polluted information ecosystem where you don't know what to believe. Overthinking spikes as you try to navigate conflicting facts. This leads to cynicism and distrust. Become a critical digital citizen. Pause before sharing. Check the source. Look for evidence. Don't let sensational headlines hijack your rational mind. Truth requires effort. Lies are free and fast. Feeling constantly exhausted, cynical, and ineffective online. You might have digital burnout. The pressure to be always on, always responding, and always curating a perfect image drains your mental resources. You feel tethered to the digital world, unable to truly disconnect and recharge. Your brain is fried from constant stimulation. Burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a sign you need to stop. You must establish firm boundaries. Designated unplugged times are not luxuries. They are necessities for mental survival. Give yourself permission to go offline. Time for a reset. A digital detox is consciously taking a break from tech to recharge. It's not about quitting forever. It's about reclaiming control. Start small. A phone-free dinner, an offline Sunday morning. You'll feel withdrawal, the FOMO, the itch to check. That's normal. It's addiction leaving the body. Push through. Notice the silence, the real-world colors, the depth of face-to-face conversation. Your brain needs this pause to reset its dopamine baseline. Step away from the screen and come back to your senses. Our eyes weren't made to stare at screens all day. Digital eye strain leads to headaches, blurred vision, and fatigue, fueling mental drain. Use the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. This relaxes the eye muscles that have been locked in close focus. It's a mini break for your eyes and your brain. Use that 20 seconds to take a deep breath and center yourself. It's a simple habit that prevents physical and mental strain from accumulating throughout the day. We usually scroll unconsciously, zombie-like. Change that with mindful scrolling. Before you open an app, ask, why am I doing this? What do I need? Am I bored, anxious, lonely? Once you're in, stay aware. Notice how content affects your body and mood. Does this post make me feel inspired or inadequate, tense or relaxed? If it's negative, stop. You are the gatekeeper of your mind. Don't let trash in just because it's on the feed. Scroll with intention, not compulsion. Your social media feed is your digital diet. If you eat junk food, you feel sick. If you consume toxic content, your mind gets sick. It's time to curate. Unfollow accounts that make you feel envious, inadequate, or angry. Mute the noise. Instead, follow accounts that inspire, educate, or make you genuinely laugh. Fill your feed with positivity, art, nature, or learning. You have the power to build a digital environment that supports your mental health instead of sabotaging it. Be ruthless. Your peace of mind depends on it. Trying to just stop checking your phone rarely works. It creates a void. The key is habit replacement. Identify your triggers. When you feel bored, trigger and reach for your phone action. Replace the action. Bored? Grab a Rubik's Cube, doodle, or do 5 squats. Lonely? Call a friend instead of scrolling their feed. Anxious? Try deep breathing instead of doom scrolling. Rewire your brain's response to triggers. It takes time, but eventually the urge to pick up the phone weakens, replaced by healthier coping mechanisms. Overthinking often comes from overcommitting. We say yes to everything online, invites, requests, chats, out of FOMO or a need to please. This leads to burnout and resentment. Reclaim the power of no. No to immediate replies. No to draining group chats. No to every notification demanding your time. No is a complete sentence. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. By saying no to the non-essential noise, you are saying a bigger yes to your own time, focus, and sanity. The best antidote to digital overthinking is a state of flow. It's when you're so immersed in an activity that time and self-consciousness fall away. You can't find flow while constantly distracted by a phone. You need offline activities that challenge you just enough. Painting, coding, playing an instrument, gardening, sports. Find something that demands your full attention. In flow, there is no room for rumination or comparison. You are purely present. Make time for analog hobbies that engage your hands and your mind, leaving the digital world behind. Social media trains us to focus on what we lack. Overthinking thrives on this scarcity mindset. Counteract it with gratitude journaling. It's simple. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every day. Not big things, small things. Good coffee, a warm bed, a friend's text. This retrains your brain to scan the world for positives instead of negatives. It shifts your focus from what you don't have, according to Instagram, to what you do have in real life. Gratitude is the circuit breaker for envy and rumination. Your phone is a tool, not your boss. But without boundaries, it takes over. You need clear rules. Create no phone zones. The bedroom, the dinner table, the bathroom. Create no phone times. The first hour of the morning, the last hour before sleep. Communicate these boundaries to friends and family so they manage expectations. I don't check messages after 9 p.m. It will feel awkward at first, but protecting your mental space is worth it. Boundaries create the freedom to be fully present in your life. Establish physical spaces in your home where technology is forbidden. The dinner table is for eating and conversation, not scrolling. The bedroom is for sleep and intimacy, not blue light. The bathroom is second for the bathroom. By creating these sanctuaries, you train your brain that not every moment needs to be filled with digital input. These zones allow your mind to decompress. Reclaim physical territory from the digital invasion. Your home should be a place of rest, not constant connectivity. We've lost the art of doing one thing at a time. We eat while watching, walk while texting, listen while scrolling. This fractures our attention and fuels overthinking. Practice mindful monotasking. When you eat, just eat. Taste the food. When you walk, just walk. Feel the ground. When you listen, just listen. Look at the person. Bring your full awareness to the single task at hand. This anchors you in the present moment, the only place where overthinking cannot survive. Do less, but do it with full attention. Trying to stop overthinking by fighting thoughts is like trying to calm waves by slapping them. It only makes it worse. Instead, practice acceptance. Treat your thoughts like passing clouds or cars on a street. You don't have to chase every car or analyze every cloud. Just watch them go by. Say to yourself, I am having a thought about X, and that's okay. Don't judge the thought, don't engage with it. By observing without reacting, you break the loop and deprive the overthinking of its power. Social media gives us snacks of connection, but we are starving for a meal. We need genuine human interaction to thrive. Prioritize face-to-face time. Schedule a coffee, a walk, a phone call. No texting. When you are with someone, be fully there. Put the phone away, out of sight. Look them in the eye. Listen to understand, not to reply. Vulnerability and presence are the foundation of real connection. These deep interactions release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which directly counteracts anxiety and overthinking caused by digital isolation. Our brains are overstimulated by cheap dopamine from screens. We've lost the ability to enjoy slow, low-stimulation activities. A dopamine detox helps reset your reward system. For a day, or even a few hours, avoid highly stimulating tech. No social media, video games, or binge watching. Embrace boredom. It's painful at first, but boredom is the birthplace of creativity and clarity. Allow your brain to slow down. Rediscover the simple pleasures of reading, walking, or just thinking without distraction. Resensitize yourself to real life. We've traveled a long way. We understood the hamster wheel of overthinking, explored the traps of social media, and learned tools to reclaim our minds. Remember, technology is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. Digital freedom isn't about living in a cave, it's about intention. It's using these tools to enhance your life, not dictate it. It's knowing when to connect and when to disconnect. You hold the power. Step off the wheel, break the loops, be present. Your life is happening right now, not on a screen. Go live it.